Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the s.h.figuarts final swing suit from Spider-Man No Way Home. This is probably one of the best SHF ones they've done, as they've brought back the bicep swivel, they've given you a full range of head and neck, and also we have a bunch more movement. The glossy blue kind of scare me because I'm always thinking about how it's going to chip, but overall I think I really love this. I think I just got to work on the thighs because I feel like they're limited. And I think there is a limiter inside the thigh. One day I'm going to take it apart. Today is not that day though. But overall, I am very happy with how this guy turned out. It's very, very nice. The red and blue really pop. So articulation wise, like I said, we're in a nice spot where we actually get a nice roundabout way of saying we probably have the best arm articulation on an SHF Spider-Man, as we have that inside rotating bicep swivel. And then we have an actual bicep swivel that allows for a beautiful range of motion. As you can see here, I was able to cross the arms with no issue whatsoever, no modifications, just messing around with it. We have our bicep swivel that you saw. We have a beautiful double joint that folds all the way in, especially for Spider-Man, that I know everyone's gonna love. But I know some people are gonna be mad about this joint being red and not it being two-toned. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. As far as head articulation goes, we have a beautiful range of motion, or should I say the ROM. You can pop the head off. You can see that we have our piece here. You can just pop that back in anytime you want. I feel like the neck sits a little high, but I'm okay with that because look at the range of it. It allows you to go forwards and backwards and do a lot of posing. As far as our chest area, this is about as far back as you can go. You can go forward about this far, but then you have that lower waist that extends that. Here you go, going even further. We have our spacer here in the back. We have our back piece here. As far as our legs go, they've done away with technically the booty articulation, which I love booty articulation, but it's there now, and it kind of just is a covering now versus a full-blown butt cheek articulation. But when we are going to pose Spider-Man up, which is what we're going to do right now, with a bunch of different helps of all these moving components. As you can see, we can rotate that chest really, really well with the neck. You actually get a beautiful form of articulation here. So as you can see here, if we were imitating that web swing, which we're doing now, look at that. We do have a generous ankle pivot and hinge. So we have that toe hinge right there. We can rotate left and right. And we can rotate inward. So all the Spider-Man fans are going to be very happy, as they can do all sorts of things, right? That means even cool, and this is what I mean by the thigh being limited. I feel like that thigh is very limited, but I'm going to try to take that apart later, because I feel like that's one of those things that it shouldn't be limited. It's probably the only limitation on this figure that I do not enjoy, is that inner thigh rotating. But we can even like get those dunk poses ready. But yeah, we are in a good spot with Spider-Man right now. This is an excellent figure, like in terms of articulation right now. But there can be other falters for some people. But for me, this is really working. It feels really good. It doesn't feel hollow. It just feels really good. Now, with all that being said, though, we'll go over the accessories, which I feel like is lackluster, but I'm okay with that because we've gotten so many Spider-Men so far. It's kind of just like, you get what you get. But I know it seems like we want more. But I will say this, it does come with the best amount of hands. So let's get to that. All right, now as far as accessories go, let's talk about our other head sculpt. Here we have the more wide open eyes. Here we have the thicker lenses, the sharp eyes is what I'm going to call them, right? So we have an alternative sculpt there. And we get our web lines, which I'm pretty sure we're all used to by now, but let's talk about it. Here is our clear web line. And this is what I mean by lackluster. I know we're going to get these same accessories over and over. I'm really at a point where I'm hoping that we would get more, but I don't think that's ever going to be the case because the movie portrays it a certain way. So you have to stick to that aesthetic. This is why a lot of us get custom webbing. I don't get mad about that. That's just how I'm feeling about getting the same webbing like 50 times over. But here we are with our back piece. Here is a piece to remove that said back piece. So if you want to plug in an SHF stand, you can through the backside of Spider-Man, right? Next up, you're going to get a set of hands. which you'll get a ton of them. So here's, first off, let's go with our Thwippers. So here we are with our Thwippers. Web shooting hands. We have some open palmed hands. And what's really cool about these is that you see the open and he doesn't net the inside palm, like right here. I'm guessing that's because due to wear and tear, he probably doesn't want that because it's not webbed on the outside either. Or maybe it's a design flaw. I'm not even sure. But I kind of like that little outside asymmetricalness. Then we actually get wall crawling hands, which I thought was fantastic. We actually get some wall crawling hands. I feel like we never get these. So it's nice to really have these. Then we will have Thwipper holding hands. This is when you want to hold your web lines. I'm going to slice mine open between the index and the thumb. And that is because I'm going to put custom webbing in there. I don't recommend this for everyone, but I'm going to use and do it because I do it for all of mine. But yeah, there you have it. And that is all for accessories. Now, I'm going to go find my Marvel Legends one so I can compare for the size comparisons. See you guys in a bit. All right, now we're going to jump into the size comparison. I think the first thing, obviously, we do is that we compare it to the Marvel Legends. And I feel like, wow, they came out really close in size. Slightly different proportions, obviously. This is a thicker boy. This is a more lean boy. But they are really close in size, which means comparison-wise, if you liked what was going on with the Marvel Legends, I think you'll really like what was going on with the SHF. I feel like it's really nice to have both. His symbol is obviously a little bit more prominent, but the etched web lines are really nice on this guy. Now, I'm going to leave these two out so you can compare to some villains, right? I won't be catching villains. Sorry, I love that Beast Boy song. But here we are with a Marvel Legends Green Goblin. Let's put that feet flat. And as you can see, if you wanted a really taller guy, obviously that's for you. Here we are with the SHF Green Goober. And yes, I have the Mezco one, but he is displayed right now, and I'm going to get to that video later. So here we go. So yeah, if you wanted something where he's much bigger, go with the Legends. If you wanted something where he's the same size, the SHF is going to be for you. Let's remove these two guys. Let's compare a couple more villains. Here we are with Marvel Legends Sandman. This is our movie one, right? He's a little bit on the smaller side. And I like that he's not gigantic, but he's early enough in Spider-Man's career. And also his size is variable, so I'm here. Then we got a Marvel Legends Silverman, which probably has the most broken legs on this body type ever, but I really love the Silverman sculpt. So there we go with a Marvel Legends one. Now we're going to compare this with Spider-Man. Here we are with a bunch of SHF Spider-Man. So here we are with Iron Spider. The only one I couldn't find was my upgrade suit for SHF. I'm not going to use any of the Mafex ones because I don't know where they are half the time. And here we are with our final upgrade suit before we go low tech again, right? And as you can see, this guy is smaller just because this is before we use our newer bodies. This has the newer body. Proportions are slightly different. But overall, a lot of the same tech from this guy is used in him. They also get rid of the limiter that was on this guy. So a lot of improvements from here to here, and I love that for them. So let's take these guys away. Then we can compare to the advanced suit. And this is the one that started it all. Good figure, right? But where we are now is so much better. And I really would love a 2.0 of this guy on this type of body. It would be utterly fantastic. Then we would compare to our other universe guys. So here we are with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Excuse me. And it's crazy too because you can still kind of put these guys together and it still works. And I love it. Last but not least, we're going to use a comic book Spider-Man. I was actually in the process of doing the video for the new PVC Bake Shop sculpt. So here we are with that new sculpt on the left with my non-reissue Spider-Man with a McFarlane sculpt, a McFarlane-inspired sculpt, I should say. And then we have our Mafex Scarlet Spider. Let's take these two guys away. Last but not least, we're going to throw in two more figures. Or should I say three? Three more figures. Here we are with a Swarm Horde. I want to definitely use him in Spider-Man. Really inspired. Then we got a G.I. Joe Classified Recon Diver. Last but not least, my main man, Ichigo. Always makes it to the party. Him and Kuga, but Kuga's on break right now. So yeah, Ichigo teaming up with Spider-Man is a must. I gotta find something cool for them to do. Call it a Ichigo Spidey team up book. Probably be written by Zeb Wells and drawn by Ed McGuinness. So, in other words, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the super cool poses at the end and the fun that I'm going to try to have. So yeah, thanks for everything, for real. It's been a rough time. I'm trying to get back in the groove. See, trades are falling and everything. It's been a rough time, and I'm trying to get back in the groove of things, but even when things go wrong, I'm doing my best to like stay positive and be happy. And with all that being said, sometimes you just can't, but you do your best. Because sometimes the best is all you got, whether that's low, high, medium, in between, or just a certain shade of gray. But please, I want you all to know, at the end of the day, please just try your best. Be good, do good. Drink water, guys. Later.